Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about Warwolf issue number 1. Warning, there will be spoilers, and if you like the content that I create, make sure to hit that like button. It helps others find the videos that I create. Our story starts out in 1970s Arizona. We see a young boy named Tommy Bruin, and Tommy is being bullied by this group of kids. One of them, named PJ, has this purple lizard, and Tommy is trying to stop PJ from doing any horrible acts to this lizard. Unfortunately, PJ is an asshole and he rips this lizard apart, which causes Tommy to go into this furious rage to attack PJ, but unfortunately, Tommy gets the shit kicked out of him. After this horrific childhood event Tommy ends up going through, we see Tommy going through the years, through the 70s, all the way to the 80s, and we see Tommy trying to find his place in the world. He becomes a boxer at one point, fails. But tries to join the military, fails. Tries to become a stripper, fails at that. Eventually, he ends up catching somewhat of a break. He becomes a night security guard at this construction job that's going on, and some odd things start to happen. So while one night on the job, Tommy is basically making his rounds, trying to make sure nothing gets stolen from this construction site. He sees a strange light in the distance. He goes to investigate it, and we see these 3 lizard-looking beings. They have teleported down, and Tommy's like, oh my god, what exactly is going on here? Tommy's like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. I gotta figure out what to do. I need to go wake up my coworkers. The coworkers are drunk and just out of it. They're knocked out. Tommy's like, okay, I gotta make a stand and fight these aliens. And that's exactly what he does for the most part. He drops a big giant metal girder on them, crushing some of them. He uses some of the tools around the construction site, like nail guns, paint scrapers, stuff like that. But the aliens do end up getting one up on him, and Tommy gets lucky enough to actually get a couple of lucky shots off and actually defeats these 3 aliens. So after all the carnage and the dust has settled, we see Tommy's coworkers, who have been useless this whole time. They wake up and they realize what exactly is going on. They say, oh my god, like, Tommy, what's going on? You defeated these aliens. Are these aliens? Like, this is some Steve McQueen shit right here. We're gonna be famous. You're gonna be famous, Tommy. I guess they're gonna be famous by association, maybe. I don't know. But Tommy's like, oh my god, like, I can't believe I did this. Like, this is like impossible. Little do they know that they see some lightning up in the sky, some lights, and the rest of the alien invasion is coming. And Tommy's like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? I've only ever been good at one thing, and that is being a security guard. All right, so let's take a look at the internal artwork for this book. I just gotta say, I love this cover. It just screams like retro sci-fi in a sense. But here is your creative team right there. Give them the love and respect that they deserve. I have to say, this artwork is pretty good. I feel like it fits the tone and style of this book. It very much is a period piece being set in the 70s and 80s. It has very much like that retro, timeless feel almost. But it gets the job done, I have to say. Where it really shines is in with like the aliens and how Tommy deals with the aliens. Like, I really like it almost feels like a retro sci-fi horror movie in a sense, and just him having to deal with these aliens, like, it's very well laid out. The story is, I love all the colors and all the shadows they have going on. It's pretty awesome, and I love seeing how we have like this glow in the dark, like, blood that spewts out and stuff, and the way he like incorporates all of the tools he gets his hands on, because he is at a construction site. Like, it's a well put together first issue when it comes to artwork. It's probably not going to blow you away, depending on like what type of comics you normally read, but this artwork does fit the story. I would have to fit the story and the premise. I would say, like, it's a really nice art. So what exactly did I think of issue 1 of Warwolf? Well, it was a fine, fun read. it was interesting how they set up this world where we see it all from Tommy's perspective, and he gets thrusted into this very crazy, impossible position to go up against these creatures, these aliens that he knows nothing about. It's very much like an average Joe type of thing, but this guy is kind of like an aimless, I don't want to say loser, but he doesn't really know what to do with his life, and he's not really good at anything. So he's kind of thrusted into this position of being maybe the savior of the human race when it comes to this alien invasion, which they don't really explain it in this particular issue. But in the synopsis for the first issue, they explain like he happens to like save the world and become like rich and famous and marries into this big, powerful political family. So I'm curious to see like where it's going to go story wise with that, and what and how that is going to affect Tommy. I kind of wish they kind of touched on that a little bit and maybe showed some like flash forwards, or maybe this is mostly just flashbacks. I don't know, but it is a very interesting read, that is for sure, and surprisingly funny at times. I got like weird like Home Alone, Home Alone vibes from this first issue with Tommy like using the different tools and stuff to fight the aliens. It's a fast read. The action's really nice, and there's some humor in this that I didn't expect to happen. There are some adult scenes in this. They're very lightly touched on at the beginning. They're just little panels. So I would recommend not possibly giving this to a child at points. But it's not like grotesque or, over sexualized stuff like that. Just little quick panels. I will say that that is in there. But yeah, I am looking forward to reading what is to come, because I'm like, how the hell is this normal guy going to get out of this, and why is it called Warwolf? I need to know. I have so many questions, but I'm glad I definitely picked up issue number 1. It was a fun little read, that is for sure. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I'm gonna talk to you, Mike. Peace out. Stay safe. Go read some comic books.